Moving now. Okay, moving now. Check. Audio check. Audio check. Hey Veshi, what's up, man? So if you go out and look at the western sky, you'll see two stars very close together, um, about two, three, two palm lengths above the horizon. And those two bright stars are actually Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter is the one below, and Saturn is the one on top. Hey, Omer, how's it going? Happy birthday, man. So, Omer, if you go out and look towards the west, you'll see two stars about one palm's length above the horizon, and those two stars are actually these planets that we're looking at here. There's Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter is the big round one. Saturn is one of the rings. And this is a test stream. The real conjunction is going to be tomorrow. They're going to be even closer. So tomorrow should make for an exciting show. Hope you're having a good birthday, man. Hey, Veshi, you should show Alina and Zayan as well. I think they'll get a kick out of it. What's up, Sarmad? What's up, Sally? So this is the conjunction. If you guys go out and look to the west, about one palm's length above the horizon, you'll see two stars very close together, one on top of the other. The star at the bottom is Jupiter, and the star above that, slightly oranger and paler, is Saturn. These are the two planets we're looking at right now. And the conjunction is actually tomorrow, but this is a test run. I wanted to check the live streaming setup. So hey Tarzar, probably around the same time. I'll start streaming at. I'll try and start streaming around 5. Maybe I'll get a little bit of the. Well, no, I'll probably start streaming around 5:30, because they won't be visible before then, and I'll go as long as I can. But they're really low on the horizon, so that's our window. So the tomorrow they're going to be much closer together. Um, Tomorrow we should see them. If you imagine the diameter of the moon, they are going to be one fifth the diameter of the moon. So, you know what? Let me actually slew to the moon for you guys. You guys want to check out the moon? Hey guys, so if you guys can, we are now looking at the moon. Isn't that something, guys? Isn't that just insane? It's just so beautiful. All right, you guys see these two craters here? This one and this one. These are called Messier A and B, and I love this little impact streak from the explosion when the craters hit. And these, if I'm not mistaken, there was a bounce. So the asteroid came in, the meteor came in like this. It bounced there and impacted here and then exploded. I think that's what happened on in these and these two of my favorite little craters, Messier A and B. It's crazy. Okay, guys, I'm going to slew back to Jupiter. Okay, guys, here we are back at Jupiter and Saturn. We were just on the moon, and you can sort of now get a sense of what the scale, how close these objects really are. They are going to be a little closer than this tomorrow, um, but stunning. Another news, the temperature is dropping and it's getting quite cold. The show is going to end soon. Also, these objects are very low on the horizon right now, so I'm going to lose visibility. I think in about 5-10 minutes. After that, I can go back to the moon if you guys are still interested. Jupiter and Saturn are our nearest gas giants. They are um, Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system, and it's so big in mass, in fact, that it actually uh, changes the gravitational forces within our solar system. So the gravitational center of our solar system, one would assume to be the center of the sun, but it is in Jupiter is so big that it shifted the center of the sun, the center of our gravitational pull of the sun slightly towards its surface. That's how big Jupiter is. For Z's, my white Ashula Ibanez bass is in my house next to my sofa in my guitar stand. It's doing fine. Thanks for asking. I'm going to turn up the exposure and maybe we can see some of the moons here. So, oh, that's beautiful. Just pay close attention to Jupiter. You can see one of its moons right next to where my mouse pointer is actually. You can see one of the moons just appearing right next to Jupiter. And right there, I think, is one of Saturn's moons. Right there. These dots here are hot pixels on my camera sensor, so you can ignore these dots here. But these are one, two, three, four of the Galilean moons, and in no particular order, there's Io, Ganymede, Callista, and Europa. Let's try and reduce the exposure, and maybe you can see some of the atmospheric bands on Jupiter. I don't know if you can see how clear the video is or not, but Faziz, no, the base is not customized. It was a limited run base made by Ibanez Sound Gear. It's called the Ibanez Ashula, and I believe there's a new version of it out as well now. It's the Ashula. Hold on, let me type it for you. Ashula. Okay, they're really low on the horizon now, so you can see that they appear to be getting out of focus. It's not actually a focusing issue. It's just that there's so much atmosphere between the objects and my camera sensor. Like we're looking through all the pollution of Lahore right now, and it's not bad that we're getting this view. I'm just going to adjust the focus slightly, but the problem isn't at my end. The problem is just that the objects are so low on the horizon that we're looking through all the haze and the dust and the fuzz and the light pollution right now. They're really quite amazing to see visually as well. They're so, I mean, just naked eye. You never see two objects like that so close together. Like I can't think of any visual pair that looks like Jupiter and Saturn are looking right now. And this is really is a once in a lifetime view. The last time this happened um, was between 4 to 800 years ago. So this is really something. Actually, it was 397 years ago. That's what it says. The next one is going to be in 2080, so 60 years from now. If you guys miss it tomorrow, you can catch it again in 60 years. That's cool, man. I used to have this Ibanez Fizzies that my friend Mahmood and I butchered. We ripped off all the frets and we never bothered filling them out with epoxy. But it's cool. It's kind of cool. And that was my first fretless. Now I have this Ashula, and then I also have this Fender Squire fretless bass, which I picked up for I think it was $300 about 10 years ago. And I that's a completely fretless jazz style bass. It's fun. It's nice. Although I'm more of a fretted electric bass guy myself. But we're not talking about music, man. We are talking about these planets. Will you look at them? I can't get over this. This is one of my favorite things to look at when it comes to Jupiter is when those little moons are ducked behind the planet. I mean, you can just sort of make them out kissing each other. They're wonderful. And you can just see the atmospheric distortion. The planet seems to be wobbling, and there's a lot of heat distortion now. Have you guys ever noticed that when you have an Nengiti or a heater and you look over it, you'll see a lot of heat distortion? That's exactly what we're experiencing here. There's a lot of heat escaping from the planet's surface, escaping into space, and it's usually around this time, right after sunset, where we have this massive heat drop. And that's what causes this heat distortion. That's another reason you really shouldn't be looking at objects this close to the horizon. But क्या करें हम तो पागल हैं. Welcome to the stream, Neha. We're just about to lose these planets. They are very low on the horizon. If you actually go out and look to the west, you'll see these two stars about half a palm's length above the western horizon. There, there's nothing in the night sky that appears to be this close and this bright. So visually, so go have a look. I'd say we've got about another 10-20 minutes for visual, and I probably have another 5-10 minutes of telescope time on these planets. See how dull they've become. It's just because I'm losing them behind the wall of my observatory as well. That's another problem. Alright, guys, I think that just about does it for Jupiter and Saturn. They've become, I mean, they, it's more, you have to sort of imagine what they look like more than you can actually see them. They're so wibbly wobbly and fuzzy now. So, I don't want to end here. I'm kind of enjoying being under the stars after such a long time. I'm going to go up to the moon. So, if you guys are still around, we're going back to the moon. Just give me a second to repoint the telescope. All right, that should be the moon. Yeah, that's the moon. It's not a bad looking moon we have. So the moon is very high up right now, and you can see compared to Jupiter and Saturn, there's little to no atmospheric disturbance. We've got a very clear sky, and I'm just going to drop the exposure here because the moon is a very bright object. And I'm just going to drop the exposure from the camera, and look at that. Ain't that something? It's a pity Orion isn't up yet. I could have shown you Orion as well. Um, but not that the moon is a constellation. Guys are watching, that's the moon live right now. The moon is it's one of my favorite objects. Even in a small telescope, it looks great. This is a waxing crescent moon, um, and we are at 36% illumination. I set up the mount very quickly today, so it's not polar aligned. Hence, the objects are sort of drifting. But what I'll try and do is roughly polar align them after I'm done with this live stream, so that tomorrow we've got perfect alignment. I had to move the tripod a little to accommodate for the wall of the observatory because unfortunately the planetary conjunction is going to be so low on the horizon tomorrow that I had to boost the height of the telescope in order to see over the wall of the observatory. So lucky to have a clear night. Let's all pray that tomorrow is a clear night as well. Um, like I said, this is the first time we're going to see this planetary conjunction this close in about 390 years. And the next time we see this conjunction is going to be in about 80 years. So, well, about 60 years actually. Sorry, my mistake. Planets are still barely visible just above the western horizon. For those of you who have a clear view from your houses or from your roofs of the western horizon, you can just make out Jupiter and Saturn visually through the naked eye. What we're looking at right now is the moon above Lahori skies. I don't know if you guys can see this crater pair here. This is one crater over here and another crater over here. and then you see this white line. I'm going to boost the exposure just a little bit. So you see this white line that seems to originate from this deeper crater and then this smaller crater. These are called Messier A and B. These are two of my favorite craters on the moon. They're such a small and delicate pair, and they it kind of they're I think they're formed by a chain impact, which is where an asteroid or a meteor rather flew came in from this direction, impacted here, and then created this explosion, this blast in this direction. If I'm not mistaken, that's how this crater was supposedly formed, and I don't know why, but I've always been fascinated by these Messier A and B, these two craters. Absolutely wonderful. The reason I keep having to move the telescope is because I set up really quickly and I have a sort of alignment issue. I'll have to do a rough polar alignment um, after we're done with the live stream so that tomorrow we don't have these drifting issues. And because the actual conjunction is going to be tomorrow. So you guys can tune back in tomorrow at about 5:30 and we'll be covering the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. People in Islamabad and north of Lahore, you guys probably can't see Jupiter or Saturn above the western horizon visually anymore. People in Karachi, you guys still might have about 10, 15 minutes of observation left. I'm interested. I'm going to try and zoom in a little. I'm going to put on a Barlow. I'm putting on a device. It's called a Barlow, and basically it multiplies the image scale. This is a 3x Barlow, so we're going to zoom in 3 times. It's going to take me a second to refocus. Just bear with me. Okay, so we're really zoomed in now. And you can see what zooming in does is it dims the image a lot. So I'm just going to pump up the brightness. There we go. Check the focus a little bit. And let's see if we can find Messier A and B in this zoomed in view. There it is. So right dead center, you'll see those two craters I was talking about earlier, Messier A and B, right here. These two guys. Got some really good detail on them today. Very nice. Nice skies today. Well, nice enough for this. It's very rare that we open up the observatory in the month of December. Usually the smog and the fog is relentless at this time. But I think God must be smiling on us because we're getting some really good views today. You you can see this little sort of black mark here, and this black mark here, and this black mark here. Not on the moon. There's on the These are on the Barlow. There's some dust or some debris there. This is a really nice area as well. This is DHA Phase 9, opening soon for property bids. Wow, it's kind of like we're on the lunar orbiter. I mean, these views are really, really nice. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and do share this video. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow as well. I'll be doing this exact same thing tomorrow, but tomorrow we'll actually see the real conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. And I'll be using both this zoomed in view as well. So hopefully we'll get to see them zoomed in and in the same field of view tomorrow. But wow, this moon is it's something. Look at this detail in the center of this crater right here. This this detail here, that's just nuts. I mean, you can see this mountain peak is created when an asteroid hits the surface of the moon. It instantly liquefies the surface, and it turns into magma and then boils up outwards, and then it solidifies. So that's how these peaks are created. These are impact points for meteors. There's another one right here. Really is a lovely view. the pollution and the smog is starting to roll in now. All right, guys, that's it for me. It's getting kind of cold and smoggy now. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll see the conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn live for the first time in 400 years, and they're going to be even closer than they were today. So don't forget to tune in, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, this channel, so that more people can witness this once in a lifetime um, thing, this conjunction. The next time we'll see this is 60 years from now, so don't miss this opportunity. And also, if you're not near a computer, or if you can't watch live online, I mean, this is something you can see with the naked eye or with a small pair of binoculars, or even just point your phone up at the sky and pinch to zoom in. There'll be these two bright stars on the western horizon, and they'll be visible about 5:30 onwards in Pakistan Standard Time, and there'll be a sight to behold. You don't normally see objects this bright, this close together. I can't think of any objects that are this bright, this close together, visible within the from the city. So hopefully we'll get good skies tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys, and that's it for me.